Welcome back to the action-packed world of Cobra Kai. Season 5 takes us on a thrilling ride through the highs and lows of our favorite karate rivals. Let's dive into the major moments. Silver begins his planned expansion of Cobra Kai, opening up a flagship dojo in Encino and acquiring local dojos across the San Fernando Valley. Johnny and Robby travel to Mexico in search of Miguel, who is looking for his biological father, Hector Salazar. Robby is initially displeased with the aim of their trip and wishes to return home, but relents after helping his father take on a group of Australian scammers attempting to pickpocket them. Miguel eventually finds Hector, who has since married a woman named Maria, who has a young son named Luis from a previous relationship. After saving Luis from the path of an oncoming vehicle, Miguel is invited by Maria and Hector to stay with his family as a reward. Meanwhile, Daniel shuts down Miyagi-Do karate as part of his deal with Cobra Kai. While spying on Silver with Daniel, Chosen recognizes Silver's moves and deduces that his sensei is Kim Sun-young, a martial artist and master of Tang Soo Do whose teaching style is based on deception. Daniel and Chosen concoct a plan to expose Silver's maniacal nature to the valley, which involves Chosen posing as a local sensei auditioning alongside other senseis that Silver is looking to hire. In 1972, a young Chosen trains under his uncle Soto. Johnny and Robby get their van towed, forcing them to participate in a spicy pepper challenge to get the money back. Robby wins the competition by eating the spiciest pepper available, although he later reveals he cheated and ate candy Johnny gave him earlier in the trip. Miguel discovers that Hector doesn't know he has a son. Miguel confronts his mother, who warns that Hector is dangerous. Miguel accompanies Hector to an underground fight ring, where it is implied that Hector is a wanted man due to his shady history in Ecuador. Miguel realizes his mother is right and flees right before being found by Johnny, who tearfully reunites with him. Meanwhile, Silver introduces his new lineup of senseis to his students. Tori meets Chosen, who senses her immense guilt. Tori confronts Silver about paying off the referee to ensure Cobra Kai's victory at the All Valley tournament. When Silver invites Chosen over to dinner later that day, he discovers Chosen's true identity due to a toast the two shared during dinner. He has the other senseis attack him, but Chosen easily defeats them and tells Silver to stay away from the LaRussos. Upon Johnny's return from Mexico, Carmen tells him she thinks she might be pregnant. Not wanting to fail the baby like he failed Robby, Johnny gets advice from a YouTube tutorial on preparing and cleaning up his apartment, later learning that Carmen is pregnant. Meanwhile, Miguel thinks Sam wants to break up with him, so Eli and Demetri give him various ways to win her over, including buying an octopus necklace. Meanwhile, Sam, Yasmin, and Moon go on a spa day to help Sam figure out who she really is, during which she confronts her past, including an evil version of herself in a sensory deprivation tank. Miguel and Sam meet at Miyagi-Do, where Sam tells him she needs a break to figure out who she is. Miguel throws away the necklace. Daniel and Chosen track down Silver's old associate, Mike Barnes, after deducing that Silver will call upon old friends for help, only to discover that he is a changed man and has cut ties with Silver. Mike apologizes to Daniel for how harshly he treated him during the 1985 All Valley tournament and gives him the number of Silver's former attorney. Upon discovering that Daniel used Barnes for help, Silver burns Barnes' furniture store in retaliation. The episode ends with Barnes being horrified at his furniture store being burned by Silver. Johnny receives a visit from Shannon, who has come to pick up Robby so he can spend the summer with her parents. Upon learning Carmen is pregnant, Shannon recommends that Johnny get a rideshare driver job. Johnny's first day does not go as planned, with him getting multiple one-star reviews due to his questionable driving, loud music, and unsanitary habits. He contemplates quitting, but he gets inspired by a pawn shop owner to continue working to provide for his new family, later asking Shannon for a second chance with Robby by having him stay with Johnny instead. Meanwhile, the teens get into a feud at a local water park. Tori and Eli race a water slide to determine which dojo gets to stay. Tori wins, but the other teens discover that they cheated by giving Eli a tube with a hole in it. They get into a fight and are all kicked out. Robby wants Tori to leave Cobra Kai since he knows all the students are getting brainwashed by Silver. Tori reluctantly refuses, which leads to Robby breaking up with her. Daniel and Amanda go to a charity auction, which they discover is being hosted by Silver, who aggravates Daniel, causing him to embarrass Amanda in front of the attendees. Furious at Daniel for ruining her chance of getting a spot on the charity board and for refusing to let his rivalry with Silver go for one day, Amanda leaves for her mother's house in Columbus, Ohio, and takes the children with her. Johnny tries numerous times to get Miguel and Robby to befriend each other, but they refuse due to their history together. After reminiscing with Daniel about their past, Johnny has the two boys fight each other to help them overcome their rivalry. They reconcile, during which Johnny accidentally reveals that Carmen is pregnant, much to their joy. Daniel, who has begun drinking heavily due to being depressed over Amanda's departure, receives a newspaper clipping via mail implying that Stingray lied about Chris assaulting him, which leads to him and Chosen visiting him. Stingray now lives a luxurious life, having been bribed by Silver to lie at Chris's trial. He refuses to talk, which leads to a brief confrontation. When Daniel returns to apologize to Stingray for berating him earlier, he is ambushed by Silver and beaten severely, leaving him demoralized. In Ohio, Amanda learns from her cousin and Daniel's old girlfriend, Jessica Andrews, about how Silver tormented him in 1985. Finally, after learning how twisted Silver actually is, Amanda and the children return home to care for an injured Daniel. Meanwhile, Tori, who reluctantly and anonymously gave Daniel the tip and an imprisoned Chris scheme to take Silver down. Silver recruits a group of senseis from South Korea led by Kim Da-yoon, the granddaughter of his and Chris's sensei Kim Sun-young. They take over a local dojo, Topanga Karate, and rebrand it as Cobra Kai, merging it into his new string of dojos. Kim forces the students into a brutal combat tournament as a test, during which former Eagle Fang student Devon Lee fails to defeat Tori. Devon joins Cobra Kai the next day due to her being in Topanga. In prison, Chris is harassed by a group of inmates but refuses to react, hoping to get a parole hearing so he can be released. Upon discovering that his parole hearing has been denied, Chris fights with the group of inmates, earning their respect. Meanwhile, Daniel gives up karate and returns to work at the car dealership full-time, prompting Johnny and Chosen to confront Silver at the Topanga dojo, only to fight Hyun-woo instead. The duo are forced to flee when Kim Da-yoon shows up with the rest of the senseis. Amanda takes Daniel to the Miyagi-Do dojo, where he visits Mr. Miyagi's old room and reconciles with Robby, who has rejoined Miyagi-Do. Inspired by the combined efforts of the Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang students, Johnny and Chosen, Daniel decides to continue fighting. In 1980, Silver and Chris train in South Korea under Kim Sun-young. Daniel and Johnny visit Chris to discover Silver's goal, leaving Chosen as the student sensei for the day. Chosen issues a challenge in which the students must each protect an egg from being destroyed, but they all fail. On their second attempt, the students win when they cooperate to protect the eggs at Anthony's suggestion. At Cobra Kai, Silver and Kim split the students into two groups, the boys and the girls, and have two students from each group work together to combat a respective sensei. Tori and Devon are paired up and fail to defeat Kim, while Kyla and Kenny are paired up and fail to work together when Kyla deems himself superior to Kenny. After a pep talk from Silver, Kenny beats Kyla as a distraction and manages to beat Sensei Odo by himself. During their visit, Daniel and Johnny trick Chris into revealing Silver's plans to enroll Cobra Kai into the Sekai Teikai, the most elite karate tournament in the world, so that Cobra Kai can go worldwide. A Sekai Teikai selection committee meets with Silver at the main Cobra Kai dojo. Daniel, Johnny, Amanda, and Chosen intrude and try to convince the judges to let Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang try out for the tournament. They do so, and both dojos show them their techniques. Impressed by both dojos, the judges hold a tournament-style presentation to decide which will participate in the Sekai Teikai, with each dojo deciding on one male and one female fighter. Cobra Kai chooses Kenny and Tori, while Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang choose Ele and Sam. Chris gives up on his scheme and tells Tori to look after herself, which angers her as she worked with him for nothing. Sam finds the discarded octopus necklace Miguel bought for her in the ground at Miyagi-Do. Later, Kenny defeats Ele by using the silver bullet Strike Silver taught him to knock the wind out of him. Realizing Silver bribed the referee in charge of the presentation, Tori flees before her and Sam's fight, forcing Devon to take her place. Despite the rigged match, Sam still defeats Devon, and the committee lets both dojos join the Sekai Teikai. A remorseful Tori arrives at a party at Johnny's apartment and admits to Sam that Silver rigged their match at the All Valley tournament. Sam lashes out at Tori following her confession due to her not doing anything about the tournament being rigged. Later, during training, Silver and Kim punish Tori for deserting the fight the previous day by forcing her to punch through a stone dummy, heavily injuring her hand and making it bleed. Robby attempts to persuade the Cobra Kai students to quit, but they ignore him. Miguel, Sam, Hawk, Dimitri, and Bert approach Stingray at his house, who uses a Dungeons & Dragons scenario to recount the true story of the assault, admitting he is too scared of Silver to confess the truth. Sam gives Tori another chance, discovering her mother's illness, and they hatch a plan with the other students to acquire evidence of Silver's crimes to show to the Cobra Kais. After Silver discovers Carmen's pregnancy in a hospital encounter, she and Johnny inform Daniel, Amanda, and Chosen, and the five go clubbing to celebrate. Chosen admits to Johnny and Daniel that he is in love with Kumiko, and he leaves her a voicemail message. Carmen and Amanda head home while the three men continue their night out, only for their limo to be hijacked while on their way to another bar, with Chosen believing that Silver did it. In prison, Kreese is presumably killed as he tries showing mercy towards a cellmate. A vengeful Barnes, who hijacked the limo, decides to launch an attack on Silver and his senseis at his mansion, and Johnny and Chosen join him. Barnes is quickly subdued while Silver and Chosen fight to the death, ending with the latter being wounded. Meanwhile, Johnny, despite being wounded, becomes motivated after seeing the ultrasound of his unborn baby and manages to defeat the Cobra Kai senseis with last-second assistance from Barnes. Simultaneously, Tori helps the Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang students infiltrate the main Cobra Kai dojo and hack the server to procure footage of Silver assaulting Stingray. But when they find out the footage was deleted, they decide to upload the video of Tori's confrontation with Silver. Tired of being mocked, Mitch defects to the Cobra Kai students, warning them about the Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang students' plan. A fight between the three dojos ensues, soon joined by Kim. Devon switches sides and helps Tori fight Kim. As the footage is being uploaded, Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang make their last stand as Anthony successfully plays the video on the dojo screens via YouTube. Daniel, Amanda, Carmen, and a remorseful Stingray arrive at the dojo, as does Silver, who desperately tries to sway back his Cobra Kai students, but they don't respond to him. Silver challenges Daniel to a fight, during which Daniel uses the Quicksilver method against him, eventually finishing him off using a crane kick. Silver is arrested as his students desert him. Tori and Robby reconcile, as do Sam and Miguel. A wounded Chosen arrives while Barnes steals a painting from Silver to compensate for his furniture store. Daniel, Johnny, and their students celebrate their victory over Cobra Kai. However, unknown to everyone, Kreese is revealed to have faked his death and escapes from prison. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more action, drama, and excitement in the next season of Cobra Kai. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video.